Hey guys, welcome to the Asking Us SEO Show, episode number 17. And today I'm going to be talking about marketing diversification. So basically today, marketing diversification is sort of SEO related, but it's not. It's more broader, but I will be touching on SEO, of course, because I want to obviously please the viewers that this is still an SEO show. I'm still going to touch on it, but also I want to bring the audience a more wider, broader perspective and understanding and education about the important marketing strategies today, as well as the important marketing strategies tomorrow. Because I really want businesses to understand, especially small and medium, that the strategies that you're going to be using for today are just here to build your brand equity based upon user behavior. For example, the reason why you make your website mobile friendly is because everyone has shifted. Everyone has got a mobile device. My grandmother has a mobile device. So everyone has shifted into that sort of behavior. So that's why it's important to make sure that your website is mobile friendly. And so these strategies today, I'm going to be down this side, I'm going to be talking about why you need to do them right now if you're not doing them. I mean, unfortunately, there's still businesses out there that don't have a website. And I think, getting a website now is still a must, but the amount of potential that you've missed based on these strategies is absolutely detrimental and a loss of potential growth to your business. So the first component I want to talk today, the first tactic, the first strategy I want to talk to you about today is SEO and AdWords. So search in general on the search engines, because search is a big concept, and I'll get to why I believe SEO is not dead at the moment. So the importance of SEO, and I actually had a meeting with a small business client that didn't even, like the last two SEO agencies that he worked for, didn't actually tell him the difference between SEO and AdWords. And obviously, AdWords has changed and shifted because Google's obviously probably wanting to shift more people to click the ads, whereas like 3 or 4 years ago, like now it pretty much look like they're completely merged. Whereas 3 or 4 years ago, they used to have like a yellow background, the Google AdWords, which is the paid section, used to have like a yellow background, so you could clearly distinguish between paid and organic. And because a lot of people were sort of desensitized to clicking on ads bad, organic, if Google ranks it first, then therefore I can trust it organically, because organic means trust, whereas these businesses actually paying to get their ad, I can't sort of trust that. And so there was a lot of obviously apprehension to clicking the ads, and that's why Google's obviously changed it. But do I believe SEO and AdWords is still vital today? Absolutely. Is SEO dead? No. Okay, and what I want to get to is exactly why I don't believe it's dead, and I'm also going to talk about the strategies of tomorrow. So SEO on a broad level, because I've gone into a lot of detail with SEO in the past, but SEO, there is it's most commonly been known for keywords that customers want to buy. So most of the time, if they're looking for an LCD TV, they go to Google, LCD TV Samsung, or LCD TV Sony, 4K TV now LCD, 4K TV, LG or whatever. So people that the most queries at the moment, they're still popular. The reason why I think SEO is still largely important is because the context of SEO is very sort of customer wants something, customer gets the service or product, inquires or buys. That's historically the majority of the time when SEO is really beneficial to businesses. As a branding tool and brand awareness tool, yes, there's obviously the more keywords you rank for, of course there's branding aspect into SEO, but it's sort of been known more as a salesy sort of medium to sort of, if you rank first, there's a direct correlation to increased sales and increased inquiries. And so SEO and AdWords are very, very sort of sales friendly, if you will, as opposed to sort of marketing storytelling component. And so the reason that it's still very important today is because that's where the attention is. That's where you need to be, and that's sort of, according to Alexa, the last Google search that I did, Google is still the #1 visitor website on the planet at the moment. So how people have searched those changed. And that's the thing where I really want to break and decipher this SEO is dead myth. If you mean SEO old strategies from 2008, have they died? Well then yeah, sure, right? There's a lot of things. And not just only black hat SEO strategies, so strategies that go against Google's guidelines that have sort of died, but also strategies that have died that are no longer relevant due to user behavior. As I mentioned, the reason why now mobile optimization is so important is not because as Google said, mobile is important, so everyone started making mobile friendly websites. No, the reason why you should have had a mobile friendly website is because that's where the majority of people are searching from. My grandmother has a mobile phone. Mobile phones is a big part of our daily lives. It's practically TV of the 90s now, right? So it's a big part of our life, how we search for things. That's why Google now released a mobile first update, generally meaning the shift that there's mobile searches compared to desktop. Desktop, like having a computer, is sort of becoming old school, and searching on an iPad or a mobile device. I'm looking down because I have another camera down here. A mobile device is more important than desktop. So there's strategies now like optimizing preferably for mobile is more important than even optimizing for desktop, even though they both should be looked into, because there's still a lot of searches on desktop and you can't just go, no one uses computers anymore. But there definitely more favors mobiles. It's absolutely vital. It's absolutely clear. So the fact that there's still a lot of searches and queries being made every single day, that's the reason that SEO and AdWords is still important. Now you may think, because you're an SEO guy, of course you're going to say SEO is important. No, I'm a building business guy. I'm a marketing guy. Yes, have I focused on SEO in the last 10 plus years? Yes, I have. I've built websites at the very beginning, so I'm still very much a website in general kind of guy. But the point is that if sort of SEO did die, well, that's why having a marketing diversified strategy is so important. So your brand is protected. You don't have all your eggs in one basket. Right now, I'm reading a book about investing and index funds and the importance of a diversified a stock portfolio is important. Index funds. And so all the best financial advisors recommend a diversified financial strategy. Well, I'm here to tell you today that I believe that you need to have a complete diversified marketing strategy as well. So even if the SEO is dead components end up becoming true, then you've obviously have your eggs in multiple different layers. It's very scary when you come across clients that have all their eggs in the SEO basket, and that scares the living daylights out of me. So the fact that I believe that has parts of SEO died? Yeah, sure it has. But let's break down what SEO is, the acronym, search. Now, the S is obviously search. That is timeless. We were searching for things before Google came in, was invented, and we're going to search for things even after Google no longer is around. Search is a timeless concept. There's two ways to sort of search for things primarily at the moment. One, you either search for alphabetical order, like the old Yellow Pages books, or there's an algorithm. So generally, there's going to have to be sort of one or the other. There's obviously an algorithm that is applied versus ranking it alphabetically. Now, I don't think they're ever going to go back alphabetically. So it's always going to be an algorithm that is used to break down results. So if you're looking, for cars, I mean, what is it going to show you? Like, there's so much information. So search is timeless. The engines. Now, Google is the hot property. You talk to every sort of client, I've got to be up on Google, got to be on Google. Now, absolutely, I agree. Poor Bing, no one really talks much about Bing, but the engines will evolve. So how does our user behavior will shift and change to how we sort of search? So the engines will evolve. Maybe it becomes the Google Home device. So we no longer are using the everyday Mac, Windows, Linux computers to search for things, laptops. We're going to actually be searching for things on a Google Home or an Amazon Echo, which I'm going to talk about in the podcast voice. So that's actually quite important to really understand that the engines will evolve. Of course it's going to evolve. And I believe the big thing about Google Home is what they call conversational type queries. So, what are top 5 tips to clean a kitchen? Or what are the top 3 ways to clean an oven? Or, what's the number 1 way to clean a retaining wall? Like long sort of queries that people are going to actually be asking questions. Conversational type queries is going to be pretty much even more important than it is now. Classic SEO was really focused primarily on the high search for keywords like LCD TVs, plumber Sydney, cleaner Sydney, whatever. All these terms was really, when you go back to like 5-6 years ago, every time you spoke to a client, you wanted to rank for keywords that were just, the competitors are there, we have to be there. And sure, is that still important? Of course it's still important. But again, long tail conversational type queries is important now and it's going to be important tomorrow. So the engines, today it's laptop, maybe mobile phone, right? Tomorrow it becomes the Google Home device, okay? Because we're actually going to speak our search queries. So the engines, I believe, will absolutely evolve. Search is timeless, so you can guarantee take search in the bank. Now the optimization process, I can't get into it, I'm already on 12 minutes. That's actually going to be the toughest to sort of understand and break down. How is Google going to they're going to have an algorithm in Google Home. Later on, if we're not, obviously they're going to get a lot of their results from the current algorithm that they're going to probably shift into the Google Home. So it's important to do SEO to make sure that you do rank first for the top 3 cleaning tips for cleaning a granite benchtop, because if someone speaks to their, okay Google, what are the top 3 tips for the cleaning a granite benchtop, you want to make sure that the conventional SEO has actually landed you first. So that optimization process is absolutely still vital. Okay, I'm losing words. So how will that optimization process sort of change in the future? I think that's interesting. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to play down, because Google Home and the Amazon Echo are sort of do things a little bit differently, and that's for a different show. So I believe this sort of acronym will remain, but how we think about SEO will change. That's been happening since I got into it 10 plus years ago. It's going to happen later on as well. All right, so should you be doing SEO AdWords? Yes. Okay, podcast voice, and I've got to speed up. Absolutely critical, because audio is going to become fundamentally important in the future. Every business, so if you're doing YouTube, you're writing blogs, you write a blog, helps your SEO, do a podcast on it. Even if you read it out, well, and maybe go off on side tangents and touch things, because obviously you can probably speak and they can listen a lot faster than they can actually read it. Have a podcast, have episodes, discuss your topics, discuss cleaning benchtops. Yes, even something like that. Discuss selling TVs, whatever you're doing. Your business needs to have a voice. That's how it's going to be recognized. And if you've got a voice like mine and you're still doing shows like this, like I am, with this voice, you have no excuse. Every business needs a voice. Every business needs some way to be recognized in the future. So start with the podcasting. Do weekly episodes. And then with voice, what I just did just 5 minutes before we started taping this video was I did a weekly skill. So I put up a video up on LinkedIn about how important marketing diversification is in 5 minutes. And so obviously it's going to be critically important to do it, how important it is now, but also for the future. But having a voice, that's why we took that 5-minute clip, it was video, and it was MP4, we turned it into MP3, which is audio only, and we uploaded it. So if you ask, hey Amazon, or hey Alexa, what's my flash briefing? If someone finds our skills, they'll get that tip in that week. So we're constantly adding content to Amazon Echo. So having a podcast, we're on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud. So that present. So this video will be broken, and you could be listening to it as I'm saying this, will obviously be turned into MP3, and it may even take clips out to dump it on Amazon Echo as well. So getting a podcast and a voice around your business is vitally important. Social media, oh my, I don't have enough time to tackle that. Whew, let me take a breath. Okay, social media is media. Now, for a long time, I couldn't really break down the difference between media and actually the creative outlet. So, I kind of thought that social media was, a video, or I thought social media was a podcast, or I thought social media was text-based information being displayed. No, media is another word for communication. So social part comes from the point of view that you've got the Facebooks, the Instagram, the YouTube, so you're in a collective community. So it's more like community media, right? If it's communicated and there's people there to listen, you need to be there. That's it. I don't care if you don't think Facebook is cool, or your Instagram is cool, or your YouTube is cool. Whatever it is, your business needs to be there. And I believe video content is the best content for SEO, for vlogging, for social media, because people can see you and get a feel for you. Audio and voice is awesome for people that are they're listening to you, but they're kind of do something else. Maybe they're going to get a bus, or they're driving and whatnot. You can't watch something when you're driving. Please don't do that. But you can listen like the radio. And so having that sort of audio presence is important for people that can listen to you in a secondary sort of environment. Social media is everyone's addicted to their mobile phones. So I can't go into social media too much because this video is going to take too long. But the point is, media is a communication. Social is the community aspect. If there's people there, then you need to be producing the media. I.e., you need to be producing the communication. Audio, written, video, all important for social media. One of my favorite forms of building content is through documenting. Right now I've got a Facebook just watching me, which is not even going to be not really anything. It's just recording and documenting the fact that I'm actually making this video. Documenting is important. If I said to you, would you have a free TV channel, prime time, but you don't know if anyone's going to listen to you? Of course you're going to say yes. But just because you're on TV doesn't even mean people are going to listen to you. But you would say yes. Look at how many channels, even the big channels like Channel 10, they produce shows on it and everybody watches. And you can tell they're the actual big channels. So very important. Blogging, the next one. So you need to be on social media, okay? That's the in thing right now. You need to get on it. The blogging and the vlogging, that's where the documenting comes in. So with the blogging, it goes very hand in hand with the SEO. So what is what is the top 3 ways to clean a granite benchtop? Write the article, produce the video from social media, YouTube, top it into the article, helps your SEO, helps your website brand awareness, build a podcast around it. The vlogging, same thing. Do a YouTube video, run shows, interview people, bring the attention to the business. Storytelling is the best form of marketing content, in my opinion. So hopefully those are the things that you need to be doing today. SEO words, podcast, voice, social media, blogging and vlogging. All of it. Okay, so right now, 6 months ago, we were on nothing on social media. Now we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, LinkedIn, SoundCloud, iTunes, WhatsApp, Twitter. How many is that? 15? I don't even know how many. 10? Whatever. We're on so many, I can't even think of it. We're on minds.com. We're testing out other forms of social media platforms. We're like everywhere. Twitch as well, right? So we believe in being everywhere and incorporating it all in to our mass communication medium. We don't want to just spit content just for the sake of it. And just because you even do all this stuff, you still got to then, the next level is actually, okay, you got their attention. Now you actually, what do you want them to do after that? And you have to be great at communicating your messages. And that's where people like me come into play for the future. So these 4 fundamental things today are so important that every single business needs to be doing. And that is the safeguard way to be prepared for tomorrow. Here's the key component. Why are you doing all these 4 things? You're building brand equity. You're building brand awareness. Like, people think, oh, of course, that's obvious. But a lot of clients that we speak to get hung up on SEO. No, we're doing SEO. We don't need to do anything. Or they're doing social media. But we don't believe that Instagram is the right way forward for our brand. Or we don't believe that Twitter sort of reflects our brand the right way. Are you crazy? Of course it does. You need to then bring the audience that are on these platforms to your content. I mean, you telling me that if you're a cleaner that you don't belong on Instagram, or you don't belong on Snapchat, or you don't belong on Twitter? Why not? How does it not reflect the brand? And I hate that, right? Of course it reflects the brand. And the strategy, so these strategies is to bring attention and awareness in your target market, and even greater than that, the fact that they're going to know who you are and then decide whether they're going to interact with your brand, buy from you, or do whatever they want. But you need to be producing content that's going to attract people in. And I guarantee it isn't just sell. It's give. Okay? And then, once you've got a good product, or they can trust you in their customer service, they're going to buy from you. Look up the brand Zappos. I mean, that's a whole that's just an amazing story. So the fact that you want to use these platforms to tell your business's story, talk about it, you think there's not YouTube channels out there right now where people are literally watching YouTube, and I'm not saying they're big like PewDiePie or whatever, Logan Paul and all these characters, but the fact is, there's still people, even like mid-level YouTubers, that are they're real estate agents, like Ryan Serhant or whatever his name is. People are watching his day at work. Watching someone's day at work. And then there's still people, potential clients, still debating with me whether it actually works or not. So you've got to use these platforms to build the brand equity. Then on AI, VR, and AR, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and augmented reality. You're building brand today to ensure that you're ready for these strategies tomorrow. I think artificial intelligence is going to be sort of something that's a little bit scary and daunting. How a business is going to fit into artificial intelligence. Oh mate, look, even if you're a cleaner, you're going to be using some sort of artificial intelligence, maybe to help you clean quicker and faster. I think virtual reality, I think that one day I will be in the same room that I am now, or another room, and at the moment I'm looking at like five seats with no one in them. Or eventually the people that are watching live will just appear, but they're not actually there, but you're going to see them in the room watching with you, the old webinars that you join to watch someone talk about something. I think with virtual reality, your business can actually project and have them in the room like they're actually there, but they're not there. And what does that mean for your particular business? Endless possibilities, endless opportunities. That's going to be an interesting time. Augmented reality. So Pokemon Go sort of just took a very simple augmented reality, and that game just became, all over the news and very, very popular. I think augmented reality is going to suit sort of advertisers that when you're driving, you might go past a instead of seeing the old billboards McDonald's sign, you may come up and realize, hang on, you don't like McDonald's. Did you know if you keep going maybe 10 kilometers down, there's a health food, or vice versa? You don't like health food, you want to, or whatever, you want to eat McDonald's, and it knows your car somehow tracked the fact that you stopped at other McDonald's in the past. Be like, well, don't stop at this next place. Isn't McDonald's? Why don't you go down 10 more kilometers and it is McDonald's, knowing that your car has gone to multiple different locations. If it thinks that you like, I don't know, Caltex rather than BP, for example, it's, little things going to pop up. Don't go now. Like further down the line is a Caltex, and you're going to be actually seeing things appear in reality from an augmented environment. So I think that's going to be very, very interesting. The future and how that's going to pan out is obviously still, there's a lot of grey area, but that is why your focus should be on the strategies today. Every single available strategy you need to be harnessing today. The reason why Coca-Cola doesn't need to use local newspaper ads anymore than they probably did in the 60s is because they've built enough brand awareness and brand equity that they can go on television now. They don't need to go on a newspaper, right, or in a newspaper. So you want to remember to use SEO, podcast, social media to see what your brand can build upon. So it's ready for the next evolution in marketing and technology. Now, if you don't use the things of today, can you survive you could, but it's a lot harder to shift over because you don't know how that's going to be a game changer. And I'm going to leave you with this. Every single client that I've had running my business in 2012, I told them that the ultimate goal for all of my clients is that, and I was only selling SEO at the time, is if Google disappeared and no longer existed, would your business still flourish? Would it still grow? And that was sort of great thinking because it's getting my clients to think, we're just using the strategies today to build for tomorrow. Right on, right on. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll leave that with you. Have a great day. Got any questions? Please let us know. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.